the ongoing education of we're never going to know what we need to know. More is always going to be revealed, and this too shall pass. That governs absolutely everything. You have to be all right with what is going to happen with some degree of faith and luck that what happens after that is the best thing that could possibly be. There is an addictive quality to examining the past that can be counterproductive. Wherever one is, whoever is one around, be present, be right there. Show up, be present.
And through that commitment to being present, Tom Hanks has lived one of the most iconic acting careers of our time. From Saving Private Ryan to Toy Story, his work has touched every kind of audience. But beyond the films and accolades, there's a deeper side to Tom that's often overlooked. A lifetime of experiences, lessons, and hard-earned wisdom. He reminds us that life doesn't follow the patterns we expect, and just because something has happened, it doesn't control what comes next.
Have you heard this great thing? When I heard this, I thought, that's actually a principle for living. If I had a quarter and I flipped it and it came up heads 5 times in a row, what are the odds that it's going to come up heads 6 times in a row?
Is it still 50-50?
It's absolute 50-50. Just because something has happened doesn't mean it's going to. Just because you're in a place doesn't mean that's where you should be. So along with luck, shouldn't the other requirement be faith or some degree of disconnected to it, to whatever the end result is going to be? I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said, he read somebody, I don't know who it was, someone wrote down, you have to be all right with what's going to happen. And I just, well, okay. Yeah,
thanks for that.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Let's try to do that. So you have to be all right with what's going to happen, right or wrong. Disaster, disease. You have to be all right with what is going to happen with some degree of faith and luck that what happens after that is the best thing that could possibly be.
Understanding life isn't about predicting outcomes or controlling every turn. It's about showing up, embracing uncertainty, and trusting that each moment, no matter how small, is pointing us in the right direction. The more we accept what unfolds, the more we see that life itself is a journey, not a destination. It's a long unfolding path that reveals itself one moment at a time.
So the ongoing education of we're never going to know what we need to know. More is always going to be revealed, and this too shall pass. That governs absolutely everything. If you are having the greatest time in your work, this too shall pass. If you are successful, this too shall pass. If you are sick, if you are experiencing great tragedy and great drama, great difficulty, this too shall pass. Now, I don't know if I'm still answering the question you asked.
You are, yeah.
This was educated to me over the course of my 20s and 30s and 40s or 50s, at a time when you think that, no, what you have to do is have a master plan. You got to stick to the plan. You got to lay your head down. You got to fight for it. You got to compete. Yeah, okay, there's times when, you got to do that other kind of stuff. And other times you just kind of like got to roll over and say, I surrender, just I will never know all I need to know, and I'll never be able to do all that I should do.
As we surrender to uncertainty and accept that life unfolds beyond our control, there's a temptation that can hold us back. Examining the past, nostalgia can be comforting, but it can also blind us to the lessons still waiting to be discovered.
There is an addictive quality to examining the past that can be counterproductive if you're only doing it in order to wallow in a nostalgia of how easy things were back then. If I am not looking for examples of the frailties of the human condition, if I'm only looking at the past in a version of there was an antagonist and there was a protagonist and the protagonist won, missing the point of how miraculous the human condition is. There's something to the past that if you allow yourself just to be soothed by it, you're missing out on a great life lesson, something that is important as physics or poetry.
So powerful. Why do you think we do that?
We want to feel good about going to sleep at night, you know? We want to feel as though that there is this purpose that outside, I think, outside the cosmic understanding that, hey, you know what? You know, the universe is indifferent, but the human condition is not. That's what separates us from the chaos theory. We don't have to live in chaos if we choose not to. And if we're only looking at the past in order for some degree of, oh, it was so much easier back then. No, it's never been easier. As I said before, you know, no one knows that they're living in the 1400s. They were just alive back then. And it might be highfalutin, but what it says is, oh, I'll tell you this, what it says is, our best days are yet to come. We are going to progress from here. And if you're just looking at the past and saying, man, that was when it was great, I wish we could go back. No, you never want to go back. You always have to understand that our best days are still ahead of us. Otherwise, what's that say of us if we don't move forward? It says we gave up or got lazy or ended up putting too much power in maintaining a status quo that ends up being a division between the haves and the have-nots.
Everything Tom shares ultimately comes back to one simple truth: presence. His ability to stay grounded in the moment has not only shaped his acting career, allowing him to fully inhabit every character, but it's a lesson that extends to everyday life. Being present allows us to act with integrity, speak with honesty, and face whatever comes next without regret.
To be present. Wherever one is, whoever is one around, be present, be right there. Show up, be present. Because that will teach you then, I think, how the difference between telling the truth to the best of your understanding and being all right with what happens next. If you can't do that, your life is going to be a wasted opportunity. If that makes sense.
And perhaps Tom wouldn't have had so many remarkable opportunities if he hadn't fully committed to each moment. His final piece of wisdom is simple but powerful. When the moment calls, trust your instincts and go all in.
If you're going to do it, do it. If you have the chance, do it. Don't pause. They're instinct, man. If you got an instinct, go at it. Throw deep.